Standard is a general purpose finite element module. Number of capabilities for analyzing many different types of problems, including many non-structural applications. What is this in depth? Now, Abaqus CA incorporates the analysis models into complete Abaqus environment for modeling, managing, and monitoring Abaqus analysis and visualizing results. Okay. Means what here? CA means complete Abaqus environment. So we can do the modeling, we can manage, monitor the Abaqus analysis, and we can visualize the results. Okay,
Sir,
now
what is
the-
Abaqus?
See, here I have defined so Abaqus is a software suite for the finite element analysis and computer engineering problems. See, in Abaqus means we can solve the real life problems. We can simulate the real life problems. Okay, now next we will see what is Abaqus standard and Abaqus explicit. Now, Abaqus standard is a general purpose finite element code. It has extensive and independent libraries such as element libraries, materials libraries, then analysis procedures.
Who are attend for
It
news?
has robust contact.
Who are attend for the news streams?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next is a Abaqus standard. Okay, someone was talking, that's why. Okay, Abaqus standard analysis types. So these types of analysis can be done with this solver by using Abaqus standard as a solver. So it can solve the static stress displacement analysis. Then under the linear dynamics, there is a natural frequency extraction, model superposition, harmonic loading, and response spectrum analysis, random loading, then linear or non-linear dynamics. In that there is a transient dynamics. So all analysis types available in Abaqus standard: heat transfer, then acoustics, mass diffusion, steady state transport. Then multiphysics with the Abaqus standard, thermal mechanical analysis, and structural acoustic analysis, thermal electrical analysis, and linear piezoelectric analysis, fully or partially saturated or fluid flow deformation. And last is FSI, that is a fluid structure interaction. So these types of problems can be solved with the Abaqus standard as a solver. Okay, next is Abaqus explicit. So it is also a general purpose finite element code for the explicit dynamics. Now, extensive element and material libraries are available. Also, almost all the elements and material libraries are similar. Abaqus standard and Abaqus explicit. It also has a robust contact capability. It simulates high-speed dynamic events such as a drop test. Okay, for these types of problems, Abaqus explicit solver is used. Also, it is also a powerful tool for quasi-static metal forming simulations. Now, multiphysics with Abaqus explicit, thermal mechanical analysis, in that fully coupled explicit algorithms for both the mechanical and thermal responses. It can include adiabatic and heating effects. So it can solve structural acoustic analysis. It can solve the fluid structure interaction. Okay. Now comparison between Abaqus standard and Abaqus explicit. Now, Abaqus standard, it is a general purpose finite element program. Non-linear problems require iterations in Abaqus standard. So, and in Abaqus explicit, it is a general purpose finite element program for explicit dynamics. So in Abaqus explicit, solution procedure does not require iterations. Abaqus standard can solve for true static equilibrium in structural simulations. Abaqus explicit solves highly discontinuous, high-speed dynamic problems efficiently. Abaqus standard provides a large number of capabilities for analyzing many different types of problems. Example, non-structural applications, coupled or uncoupled response. In Abaqus explicit, there is a coupled field analysis include thermal mechanical, then structural acoustic, and FSI, that is fluid structure interactions. These types of problems can be solved in Abaqus explicit. Okay, next is Abaqus CAE. Now, this is not a solver. So Abaqus CAE incorporates the analysis models into a complete Abaqus environment for modeling, managing, and monitoring Abaqus analysis and visualizing the results. Abaqus Viewer is a subset of CAE, just post-processing functionality. Okay, so we can visualize our results in Abaqus Viewer. Okay, next overview of Abacus CA. Okay, it integrates modeling, analysis, job management, and result evaluation seamlessly. It provides the most complete interface with Abacus solver programs available. So solver programs means Abacus standard and Abacus explicit.
మీ ప్రాజెక్ట్
Okay, next, the
అదేనా
modern
అక్క
graphic icons and dialog boxes. Menus provide access to all capabilities. Icons accelerate access to frequently used features. Okay, so these are the menus here, mechanical, thermal, and other. Then icons accelerate access to the frequently used features. So these all are the icons. I will show you directly. Then next, the dialog boxes allows you to input alphanumeric information and to select the various options. Here you can see this we can enter the material properties. Okay, I will directly show you in Abacus only. Okay, can you see this Abacus window? Now,
it's visible.
okay, so menus icons. These are the menus here: file, model, viewport. Okay, these are all the main menus.
Actually, come back to.
And here you can see icons. These are the icons. Okay, we can accelerate these. So these all options are available in menus also, and these shortcuts are there. So I was talking about the numeric, alphanumeric. So here we can enter the material properties like density, elasticity, plasticity, all these we can enter it. The next, consistent environment. Functionality is presented in modules. Now each module contains a logical subset of the overall functionality. Then once you understand the presentation of one module, you can easily understand the presentation of the other modules. Okay, so this functionality is presented in modules. So I will show you what are these modules. So here you can see the module here. So these are the modules. This first is the part module, then property module, then assembly, step. See, these all are the modules. Okay. So, okay, this is the workflow of Abacus. So first, whenever we are solving any problem or whenever we are doing any analysis, so first step is part. So in part, we create the part geometry and regions for the sections if necessary. Then next is a property module. So in property module, we can define materials and we can define additional part regions. We can define and assign sections to parts or regions. Okay, so what is this? So you can understand once we do solve any problem. What is the section? What is the regions? The next is assembly module. Assembly module, we can position parts for initial configuration. Okay. After the assembly, there is a step module. In the step module, we can define the analysis steps and output requests. So type of analysis we can define here. Then next is interaction. Here we can define the contact and other interactions on the regions or named sets and assign them to steps in the analysis history. See, whenever there are more than two parts and if there is a contact between them, so here in this interaction model, we can define the contact between the two bodies or multiple bodies, multiple surfaces. Also, we can define interaction properties like friction of part contact. Okay, so after the interaction, there is a load module. Next step, in load module, we can apply loads, boundary conditions to regions or named sets and assign them to the step in the analysis history. Okay, so simple. Then next is a mesh module. Split assembly into meshable regions and mesh it. Okay, so what is this split assembly into meshable regions? So we are going to solve one problem. So in that we'll understand means we will perform the partitioning. We'll do the partitioning of the model. Okay, in mesh model, we usually mesh the parts. The next step is a job module. Next module is job module. So we can submit, manage, and monitor the analysis jobs. And finally, there is a visualization module. So we can visualize our results. We can examine our results. We can see the stress values, strain, and displacement. You can then model tree and result tree. Now here you can see model tree, and next here is the results tree. The model tree provides you with a graphical overview of your model and the objects that it contains. The results tree is used to display analysis results from output database as well as a session specific data such as XY plots. Both the trees provide shortcuts to much of the functionality of the main menu bar, the model toolboxes, and the various managers. Some features of the model and results tree are discussed. Okay, I will direct in the next slide. I will show you three features navigation tool. Okay, I will first of all show you in the abacus. Okay, so here you can see model tree on the left side. So this is a model tree and this is a result tree. Okay, so in the model tree we will find all these part module materials. So all options are available here also. And this one is the result tree. So this is for output. When we are done with the analysis, so after that we have to use this result tree. Okay, so tree features, navigation tool, context sensitive RMB actions, that is right mouse button actions. Here, right mouse button actions. See, okay, now I will just create one part here. Just to make you understand. Okay, so here we can right click here, so it will show us these options: make current, edit, copy, rename, delete. Okay, so then model query auditing. It shows the number of sections, materials, constraints currently defined, and shows status of the certain features items. So here is a query option. We can right click here. So here query option is there. So in the message box or message window, it shows the information: modeling space, 3D type, deformable. It is a solid part, one cell, 6 solid pieces. Okay, it displays here in the message box. And comprehensive view of abacus model data contains expand to show objects and the hierarchy. Step dependent object, example, boundary conditions appear in the step and load containers. So this will understand it. This way we can expand it like this. And the next thing, when we solve the problem, we'll understand those things. That is step dependent objects. Okay. Models are feature based and parametric. A feature is a meaningful piece of the design. Models are constructed from numerous features. For example, geometric features. So in that there are solid, extrusion, wire cut, fillet, etc. So more features are also there. Next is assembly features. In that, see, in assembly we just assemble all our parts. Okay, positioning. Wheel must be concentric with the axle, then blank lies exactly in contact with the rigid die, etc. And mesh feature is, in the mesh feature, partition the mesh into different regions for different meshing techniques and seed different edges with different mesh densities. So we can select any single edge and we can provide the element density on the single edge also. A parameter is a modifiable quantity that provides additional information for a feature. For example, solid extrusion parameters, gauge of extrusion, cross section, depth of extrusion. So we can just edit these things. Cut and fillet parameter. Okay, so we can just edit it. Here I have created just a simple block. If I double click on the section sketch, then here I can change it. Okay, now I have given this. I can change it now. If I want to make it 30, this way I can change it. Then, okay, once you change it, so you have to right click on the feature and regenerate it. Again, in the solid extrude, so depth we have given is 20. So here also you can make it 30. You know, it became 30. Similarly, we can change the cut and fillet parameter, fillet radius also. Features often have a parent-child relationships such that the existence of the child depends on the existence of the parent. For example, here you can see these are the fillets. This is solid extrusion. In the solid extrusion, there is a cut. Okay, if we delete the solid extrusion and the hole and fillet cannot exist. Okay, so if we delete this solid extrusion, this fillet and cut, they will not exist because they are the parent of the, sorry, they are the children of the solid extrusion. If we delete the whole part, the mesh cannot exist. The mesh will also get deleted. Now, Abacus C always asks to make sure that you want to delete the parent and its child features. Okay. So here parent is a solid extrusion, child is cut and fillet. Okay, next, features can be modified by editing their parameters. Now you just have to right click on the feature, click on edit. Aspects of the model can be regenerated, then parametric studies are easy and natural. Okay, features can also be deleted or temporarily suppressed with the option to resume them later. This suppress option is there. If a parent feature is deleted or suppressed, all its child features are also deleted or suppressed. Okay, so this option is there. Part. Okay, only one part is there, so there should be multiple parts. So right now we cannot suppress it, so I will show you. While solving the problems, we have to suppress some parts. Then you will. Next is interpolability. Abacus CA is based on the concepts of parts and assemblies, which are common to many CAD systems. Parts can be created within Abacus CA, and geometry can be imported from other packages and exported to other packages. CAD tool. Export the Abacus model also. Abacus meshes.
Please mute your mic.
Individual models can be copied between the databases. Okay, so here I will just show you. Now I have created this one part 1, so I can directly copy it here. Part 2. Okay, so we can copy these parts. So this is the total model 1, and this model 1 contains parts assembled in all modules. So we can even copy this model also. Model 1 copy, or we can name it as model 2. Sorry, by mistake I have given it 1 2. Model 2, it also contains this parts materials sections. Okay, I'll just delete it right now. Okay, main window. Now first there is a title bar which contains the Abacus CA name and its version. Okay, so here my version is 2018, Abacus CA 2018. Then next is the main menu bar, then next toolbars, then context bar. So context bar contains module. I'll directly show you. So this is context bar. I'm showing with the pointer. So these all are the toolbars. And this is a toolbox area, canvas and drawing area. This is a viewport where we can model, visualize the results. Prompt area. Next is the message area or command line interface. Okay, so available docking regions for the toolbar. So we can use these regions for the toolbars, whichever is convenient for us. We can use as per your convenience. So you can directly drag any toolbar. We can put it here. Okay, so 4 options are there. Okay, so these 4 dockable regions are there available. Then custom toolbars. It includes the shortcuts to functions not in standard toolbars or toolboxes. Can collect commonly used functions, add a function. Okay, so here we can create our own shortcut. If I see, suppose this is a now create part, and I want to create a shortcut for the create part. I will go to tools, then customize, go to functions. Here you can use a new shortcut key. So here in the module and toolset, let the part, here part, create, select this create, and now I will create Control Shift and C button. Okay, I will assign this shortcut to creating part. Okay. Now, if I want to create a new part, so I have to press shortcut key. If I press Control Shift and C, so it will open this dialog box, create part dialog box. Okay. So this way you can create shortcuts for your convenience. I make it default because right now I don't need any, because we can directly click here. Yes, so here it is explained the tools customize. You can even assign an icon to represent the toolbar. If you customize. So here is icon, select here, and you can select any icon for that. Okay, so I will keep the defaults. It is explained. So it is available for the most functions. Then key combination we can use Shift Control plus P, or maybe assign to create part dialog box. Okay, keyboard shortcut must use one of the following keys or key combinations. Any function key except F1 we can use, except F1 all other function keys. Then Alt plus Shift plus key, Control plus key, Alt or Shift to modify any keyboard shortcut that includes the control key. Usually we don't use this type of shortcut keys. Okay, now view manipulation. Now to control view. Now this is a view manipulation toolbar here. You can pan, zoom, and rotate. I will directly show you. It is here. So this is a view manipulation toolbar. Now this first is a pan view. Click on it and just left click the mouse button. You can pan it. Next is a rotate view. Click select it, and see you can select the rotation center also. Now this is a simple one, so you need not to change the rotation center, but whenever there is a big model, so you need to change the rotation center. Just click on the select here, and if I select this as a rotation center, so it will rotate about this point. Okay. Rotation center, select this, left mouse click button. So this will be your rotation center. This is to zoom, and this is for auto fit view. Okay. And see there is a keyboard shortcuts for this. For rotate, there is Control plus Alt plus mouse button 1, that is left click. To pan, Control plus Alt plus mouse button 2 means middle button you have to press. Means every time you have to press Alt plus Control and mouse button 1 to 3. So mouse button 1 is for rotate, then 2 is for pan, 3 is for zoom. And we can change this setting also. I will show you. If I Alt plus Control and mouse button 1, it will rotate. So this is the rotation center now. And just you scroll it, it will zoom out and zoom in. Okay, go to tools and options, view manipulation. Now application is Abacus GUI. So these are the shortcuts, okay, for pan, rotate, and zoom. You can change it to CATIA. Okay, so what the shortcuts you are using for CATIA, you can use it here. Mouse button 2. Okay, so this you can use. Then hyperview, we can change this. If you are familiar with CATIA, so you can change this application to CATIA, and you can use those keyboard and mouse button shortcuts. Okay, so I'll keep it Abacus GUI now. Okay, how to start the Abacus GUI? Okay, total 3 options are available. So command line, you can open the command window in Abacus GUI is equal to filename.ca. So CA is a extension, okay, to Abacus files. It opens Abacus GUI in the current directory. And you know this option, start menu windows. Okay, go to start menu and then you will find the abacus. Open the abacus. Okay, and double click .ca or .odb file in the Windows folder. If we double click on this .ca file, it will open the abacus. Then selecting a working directory. Okay, so this is important. You can select a working directory. Just selecting a working directory. Now default is a startup directory. Subsequent file operations will use this directory for reading or writing. Now job files will be written to the new working directory. This makes it easier for to manage job files. Okay, so we'll show you here. Go to file, and here you have to set the working directory. Now default, okay, already there is a default directory. So what I will do, I will just close it. Open abacus. So you can open this run window also. Type abacus CA here. First there will be a black window. So when you open it, so default working directory is just this one. Okay, it may be temporary directory. So you have to change this directory. So whenever we are means running the job, whenever we are done with the analysis, then abacus creates some output files. So it creates input file, then output database file, JNL file, CA file. Okay, so those files will get stored in that folder. So this is the benefit of it. If 3D Compass, it is a view manipulation tool. It provides a quick and convenient way to change model view. It appears by default in each viewport. It can be clicked, dragged, and oriented by clicking different areas. Specialized review. So manipulations can be performed. I will directly show you this in abacus. The part. So here there is a 3D compass. If I click on Z axis, okay, just move the mouse. Okay. Click on this YZ plane. So you can pan in the YZ plane, then YX plane. Okay, you can pan in the YX plane. You can click on this curve also. It will rotate about this X axis. Now, what is a model database file? That is extension.ca. What is that? So it contains all the information for any number of models. Typically contains one model or several related models. Only one model database can be opened in abacus at a time. I have already shown you. So here this is called as a model. Okay, model one. This is a model database file. So it contains all information, parts, materials, assembly steps, boundary conditions, loads. So we can create even another model also. If I double click on this, so it will create another model. In model 2, it also contains everything. But at the one time, only one model can be opened. So model 1 is now current. Okay, so it contains all necessary information for an analysis. Then model contains any number of parts and their associated properties. It is independent of the other models in the model database. Then objects such as parts and materials can be copied between the different models in the same database. Okay, so you can just right click on it and copy it. Okay, it's very simple. It contains a single assembly for of part instances, including the associated contact interactions, loads, and boundary conditions, mesh, and analysis history. Then models can be imported into one database from the another. Model data from the imported database is copied into the current database. That is parts, sections, assemblies, materials. Okay, so whichever is current database, in that it is copied. Suppose now model 1 is current now. If I import any part, so it will get copied into this model 1. So if you want to import into model 2, you have to make it current. So double click on it and just click OK. The model 2 is current now. There is underline. Analysis job definitions and custom data are not copied. We have to again define the new job. Abacus conventions, and this is very important here. In this units, Abacus uses no inherent set of units. It is user's responsibility to use consistent units. Okay, so we have to. It is our responsibility to use any of the unit system from this. We can use SI unit system. We can use SI millimeter unit system. We can use the US unit system or US unit system inch. Okay. So if we use SI unit system, length will be in meter, forces in Newton, mass kg, time in second, stress will be in Pascal, Newton per meter square, energy joule, and density kg per meter cube. Okay, we usually use SI or SI millimeter. And in SI millimeter, length will be in millimeters, force Newton, mass will be in tons. Okay, so you have to multiply 10 raised to 32 kilogram. Time is second. Energy, this is energy, and density, tons per millimeter cube. So you have to convert this kg per meter cube to tons per millimeter cube. We cannot set the unit in Abacus. So this is our responsibility to provide the consistent unit system. So remember this, this is important. Just like other softwares, you are setting the unit system just millimeter or meter. Here, Abacus is a unitless. We have to provide a consistent unit system. Now this is a SI unit system, US units and SI units. Yes, the conductivity 50 watt per meter degree Celsius, then density 700 kg per meter cube. Elastic modulus is in Pascal, specific heat, and yield stress is also in Pascal. These are the properties of mild steel at room temperature. And degrees of freedom. Okay, primary solution variables at the nodes. Then available nodal degrees of freedom depend on the element type. Each degree of freedom is labeled with a number. 1 is equal to x displacement, 2 is equal to y displacement. Okay, in Abacus, you will find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options while you are defining any boundary conditions. Okay, loads. So 1 to 3 means translation in x, y, z direction. 4, 5, 6 means rotation about x, y, z axis. Okay, so simple. Instead of x, y, z, there is 1, 2, 3. Okay, next is the documentation. Primary reference materials. All documentation is available in HTML and PDF format. So Abacus Analysis Users Manual, then Abacus CA Users Manual, Abacus Example Problems Manual, Abacus Benchmark Manual. Okay, see these all manuals you can, I will directly show you. Here you can go to Google and here just Abacus, type here Abacus documentation. You will find here Abacus documentation. It is 6.14 version. Click on it. You will find all the documentations. Okay, so you see here modeling and visualization Abacus users manual. You can click on it. Okay. Analysis is there, Abacus analysis users manual. So these all manuals are there. Then examples, Abacus examples problem manual. Tutorials are available. Getting started with Abacus interactive edition, keywords edition, and programming. Abacus script users manual, scripting, Abacus GUI toolkit users manual, Abacus theory manual, Abacus verification manual, the installation and licensing. So all information is available in this documentation. The documentation is available through the help menu on the main menu bar of this Abacus CA. See, you go to main menu, help, and search browse manuals. There also you will find the documentation. Okay, so already I have told you Abacus installation and licensing guide, tutorials, programming. Okay, next is checklist. Now, before submitting the job for analysis, we have to check it must have parts, at least one part. It must have materials, at least one. It must have sections, at least one. And it must have section assignments made at the part level, that is container level. Then the section assignment you will understand when we solve the problem. Then must have assembly, that is instances. At least one part should be there. Then must have steps after initial. So initial step is the default step. Okay, Abacus creates the initial step for us, and we cannot delete it or we cannot edit it. So after initial step, we have to define the step. So here we define the analysis, type of analysis. Then usually need boundary conditions, can be in the initial step. And usually need loads. Then it must have mesh, it must have job to actually run the analysis. And working with the model tree. Okay, model tree is a convenient tool for navigating and managing your models and analysis results. The model tree provides a visual description of the hierarchy of items in the model. The arrangement of the containers and items in the model tree reflects the order in which you are likely to create your model. Okay, a similar logic governs the order of modules in the model menu. You can create parts before you create the assembly, and you can create steps before you create loads. So we have to follow one sequence. Next, you will find it. Okay, so this is the sequence. So first we have to create a part. Next is create material. Third one is create section. Fourth is a define section assignment. Fifth is a define assembly. Sixth is a create step. So after creating step only we can apply the loads and boundary conditions. 7 is request output. So there are two output requests, field output request and history output request. Okay, I will explain it later on. Then next is a specify loads and boundary conditions. Then 10 number is a meshing a part. Okay. Next 11 is a job, create a job, and next is a post processing. We can visualize the results. Okay, we have already seen this part. First is a part, creating part, then property, define materials, then assembly, then step, then interaction, then load, then mesh, job, and visualization. Okay, now first we are going to solve this problem now. I will show you the demonstration in Abacus, how to do this linear static analysis of a cantilever beam. Okay, so these are the dimensions of the cantilever beam, and 0.5 megapascal is pressure applied on the top surface of the cantilever beam, and material used is steel. Its Young's modulus is 209 e raised to 3 megapascal, and Poisson ratio is 0.3. So we are using here SI millimeter unit system because stress Young's modulus is in MPa. Okay, so I'll go to Abacus now. Okay, I will delete this model number 2 because we don't need it. I'll delete this part also. Directly click on the explore it and right click on the part and delete it. Once again, we will check the dimensions here 20 and 25 and 200 is the length. Okay, so click on this icon, create part icon is there. So there are different options. You in the main menu you can go to part and create here. Click on the create. Okay, so it will open this window. You can directly click on the create part icon here. It will open this window. Again, in the result model tree, you can double click on the parts. Again, it will open the window. So there are multiple options. Okay. So now I will click on the create part icon. I will name it as a cantilever beam. Modeling space 3D, type deformable, solid and extrusion. Approximate size is 200. So this is the sheet size. So this is a sheet. This I will show you. So this size we have given 200 by 200. Click on the rectangle command. Okay, so we have created a rectangle. Click it once again. Click to deactivate. We'll just now dimension it. So here is the add dimension option. Click on it and click it. Now this is a 20. 25. Okay. Just close this, select entity. Now, okay, so we have done. We are done with the geometry 20 and 25. Say, click on the done. Now depth means length. Okay, so length is 200. Okay, we are done with the modeling. Is a perspective, turn perspective off option and turn perspective on option. So make it off now. If we on it, then it will show the perspective view. Okay, now modeling is done. Now next model is property module. So we can remember the sequence from this modules, part, property, assembly. So all sequences given here. Next is property. Then create a material. Okay, so for material, creating material also, see, you can go to this material in the main menu, or here also you can double click in the model tree or click on this icon, or one more option is there, material manager. So you can click on the material manager and click on the create. So name it as a steel. Steel. Now Young's models is 200 e raised to 3 Poisson ratio. You can check here 209 e raised to 3 and 0.3. Okay, so 209. Okay, and just click OK. Now this is it or close it. Now next is we have to create a section. Now we have defined the material. Now next is create section here. You can name it as cantilever or steel section. Okay, I'll name it as steel section. So category is solid, type is homogeneous. Continue. Now only one material is there, so we don't need to select anything here. So by default there is steel. There are multiple materials and we have to select the proper material. Click OK. So section is done. Now next is the assign section. So click on the assign section. See why we do this. I will show you. Select this and say done. Okay, so section is a steel section. I have created a steel section and type is solid, homogeneous, and material is steel. Now I am applying this section to this part. Okay, it will become green. Means now material is applied. Material and section is applied to this part. Okay. So next is a assembly. Go assembly and create instance. Click on this icon. See, you will find this option here also, instances. So double click on the instances in the model tree. So only one part is there. It is by default it is selected and click OK. Okay, so when we call the part, this part, cantilever beam part in the assembly is known as an instance. Okay, so cantilever beam. We can change the position of the instances, but we cannot change the position of this part in the parts module. If we want to change the position, we have to change it into the assembly only. Okay, so only one part is there, so we need not to do any change here. Assembly is done. Now next is a step module. Okay, here also you'll find the steps. See, I already told you Abaqus creates an by default initial step for us. We cannot change this. Okay, we cannot change it. Double click on this step. Okay. Now select static general analysis, procedure type is general, and static general analysis. Continue and just accept the default options. Say OK. So this is a linear static analysis. That's why we selected static general. See, when as soon as step is created, Abaqus defines the field output request and history output request for us. Now, what is this field output request? I will just double click on it. So it means by default it has selected the stress, then strain. Means we can see once the analysis is done, so we can check the stress, we can check displacement. Okay, we can check the contact stress, then forces, reaction forces. Okay, whichever output you need, you can select from this field output request. Okay, now I'm going to keep the default options. And history output request is this is used to plot the graphs, the kinetic energy. These means all types of graphs can be plotted. The history output. So whatever output you need, you can select here. Okay, now step is done. Okay, after once we're done with this cantilever beam problem, we will go for the question and answer session. Now step is done. Now interaction. See, interaction means we have to define the contact. Now only there is only one part, so no any contact. Then go to load. Now go to the create boundary condition. Select on this icon. See, these options are available in the model tree also. Select initial step, symmetry, anti-symmetry, and customer. Select this option. Continue. Okay, so I'll make it like this. I will select it because I have to fix it. Okay, so you can see here you have to fix one at the end. So say done now. I have selected this surface. Say done. Select this end cursor option. U1 is equal to U2 is equal to U3. U means displacement. UR1 means rotation about x axis. Okay, 1, 2, 3 means x, y, z is equal to 0. So translation and rotation, everything is 0. Okay, so it is fixed here. Now we have to apply the pressure here. So go to load, create load. Now step is initial here. Change this step 1. Now select here. Category is mechanical. Types for selected step is pressure. And say continue. We can rename it here. You can pressure. I will name it as a pressure and continue. Now select this top surface and click on the done. Okay, here it is asking the magnitude. So 0.5 MPa is the magnitude. Enter it and okay. We have done with the pressure also. Now next is a mesh. So go to this seed part instance. See, for every module there are these options are also available in the mesh main menus, these icons, and in the model tree. So in the model tree you have to go to parts, cantilever beam. Here you will find the mesh option. Okay, so from this, suppose I am here now, interaction, and double click on the mesh, so you will come to this mesh model. Okay, now you have to select on seed part, click on the seed part. So you have to provide the global element size. I'll make it as suppose 10. I will just apply it. We'll check it. Okay, we'll make it 5. Okay, we'll make it 5 as size. Can select this assign mesh controls. Now hex mesh by default is selected. Okay, we want hex mesh only. And go to this element type. ASAR. Select this beam. Done. Element library standard. So we are just doing a static analysis. So standard solver is required. Standard element library, geometric order linear, family this 3D stress. Okay, give the default options. So element type is C3D8R and click OK. And click on this mesh part icon. See, it is asking here OK to mesh part. Say yes now. Okay, now meshing is done. Okay. Okay, after the mesh, now optimization not there. So go to job module. You can create a job. Okay, so in the model tree also you will find this job. Double click on the job. You can name it. It's cantilever beam job. Continue. Accept the defaults. Full analysis. Okay. Now we are done with the setup. Now it's time to submit the job for the analysis. Okay, so before submitting, just I'm going to save it. I will just create a folder here. Cantilever beam exercise. I'll name it as cantilever beam. Okay, it will be saved as a .ca, means cantibeam.ca. You can see here in the top Abacus 2018, it is showing the path and name of the file cantibeam.ca. Okay, now it's time to set the work directory. So go to this cantilever beam, select this folder you have created and say okay. I will show you why we set the working directory. And now right click on this cantilever beam job we have created, or just go to this job manager. You can go for data check first. Now status is check is submitted. When you can monitor it. Now check is running. It will show us if there is any error, it will display the error. Yes, now the check is completed. There is no any error here. You can see. Dismiss it. Now I'm going to submit it. Okay, for the analysis. Click on the submit. Here, okay. Then I'm going to monitor it. Okay, now status is running. It won't take much time. It is a simple problem. It will take just a minute. It is completed. This here it is showing status is completed. Now just to dismiss it. So you can go for the results from here, or I will dismiss it, or from here also right click on it and go to results. Okay. Here I have fixed it. Okay. So now this is one deformed shape. So you can plot the deformed shape. So this way. And you can go to plot contours on the deformed shape. It is showing the trace value now. You can see here. Now by default trace is selected and Mises trace. So it is showing one Mises trace. 1.147 nearest to 2 megapascal. If you want to check the displacement, you can go to U. So displacement is maximum at the end. See. So if you want to, now there is a stress. Now see, I can animate it. The speed is very high. I will reduce the speed. Yeah, I will reduce it. Okay, so stress is maximum where it is fixed, and you can see displacement is maximum at the free end, and 7.667 e raised to -1. That is 0.7 mm. You can check the U1, U2, U3 means displacement in X, Y, and Z direction. X, Y, and Z directions. And magnitude, okay. You can go to this common options and feature edges and apply. So it will remove the edges, okay, meshing edges. I'll make it default and okay. Okay, so this is, we have solved the simple cantilever beam problem to make you familiar with this Abacus workflow. If you have any query, you can ask. We'll go for question answering session before going for the next problem. Hello. Do you have any question?
Yes, sir. Hello,
Hello.
sir. This is ANSYS software.
This is Abacus. This is not ANSYS.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, sir. Okay,
This is
okay.
Abacus.
Any similarities between ANSYS and Abacus?
Yeah, it is similar to ANSYS. What did you say? Sorry.
I mean,
ANSYS is also where we can do the analysis in ANSYS also and Abacus also. Both are having different capabilities. We can model the context. ANSYS. So there are some.
it is better than ANSYS, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
If you have any question, you can write it down in the chat box also. Okay, there is one question. Govardhan, why only Abacus? Means I'm not getting your question. See, ANSYS is see, Abacus belongs to Dassault Systems. So we use Dassault's products, and see, Abacus is having better capabilities for solving the non-linear problems than the ANSYS. We can model the context better than the ANSYS. There are some benefits using Abacus over the ANSYS. Okay, is there any question, or shall we move to next problem? Okay, we will go for the next problem then. Okay. Cantilever beam problem is over. Now, next is a linear static analysis of aircraft bracket. Okay, now aircraft brackets are essentially supported structures that are used to attach to different components while supporting one or other. I'm just showing you where the means location of this bracket is. Just, you can see forward mounting bracket. So it is a rear mounting bracket. So these are these locations in the aircraft. And see, this is the bracket we are going to model today. So there are different designs of the brackets. Okay, so I will go to new model database now. The first step is creating a part. Okay, so this is also a simple part. So I will just create it here. Go to create part and as a bracket. Now sheet size is I am making it as a 1. 3D the modeling space, type deformable, shape is solid, and type is extrusion. Okay, it will shows the sketcher window. I'm going to draw the geometry. Okay, next take a circle. Now I will dimension it. Go to add dimension. First, I will just give the angle between these two lines is 60 degree. Again, okay. So this command will be on add dimension. We have to click on it to deactivate it. Now it will be active unless we click on it. Again, it is 60 degree. So now this radius of this circle is 0.005. 0.005. Okay, so it is showing 0.01. I will go to setting, dimensions, decimal places 2. It is showing. So now it is showing 0.005. Okay, I have just changed the decimal places. 0.005 now. For this, on this one, it is a 0.2. And this is 0.1. Okay, I will just move these circles to location. Okay, next, for the center, this dimension is 0.01. 0.02. 0.01. Horizontal also 0.01. Okay. 0.01. Okay. 0.01. Okay, so this geometry is done. So just deactivate this add dimension command and say done. What is asking the depth? Now depth is 0.015 and okay. Okay, now there is a one option, turn perspective up and turn perspective on. Now see how it is showing the I think perspective view. I will just make it off. Okay, perspective is off now. I'm going to create a round or fillet here. Select this fillet command. Select this edges. Okay, now select it. Now in Abacus, for multiple selections, you have to press the shift button. Okay, press shift button here and then select it. Now you can release it and you can rotate it. Again, press shift button. if you click, if you release the shift button and click somewhere, so you will lose your selection. Okay, once again you have to select it, press shift button, rotate it, again press shift button and select this edge, say done. Its radius is 0.01. Okay, let's are done here. Next is go to shape, solid, and extrude. Select this face. Now see, there is it is showing message, select an edge or axis that will appear vertical on and on the right. When if I select this edge, so it will be vertical and on the right side. Okay, see here it is vertical and on the right side. Now I'm going to create one construction line here, so that will act as an axis, and I'm going to fix it. Add constraint, click on the add constraint, select fixed, select this and click on the done. Okay, now it is fixed. Now select the line command and create this geometry here. We'll draw a geometry. Okay. Now I will go to add constraint, select symmetry option, select this as symmetry axis. This is first entity, this is second. Okay, these two lines are symmetrical. Again, click on the symmetry. Now it is asking, see here, it always shows the message, select the axis of symmetry here. So to select this axis as symmetry, select this line as first entity, this as second entity. Now go to dimensions. This dimension is 0.01. This one is, it is a 0.015. This is a 0.05. On this to this is 0.015. Total length 0.12. Okay, what is green means it is constrained. All dimensions we have given. Okay, now I will just you can click on this add dimension command to deactivate it, or you can just cancel it, cancel the procedure and click on the done. See, sketch the section of for the solid extrusion. Now we are done with the sketch. Click on the done. It is asking the depth. Also there is a direction, extrude direction. Now check here, it is showing one arrow. So the direction is correct now. Now depth is 0.05. Click OK. Okay. So this is created. Next, I will just show you the here model. So this model we are going to create. We'll get an idea. Go to shape, cut, and extrude. Now we are going to cut something. Select this as a face, vertical and on the right. So I'm going to select this edge as vertical and on the right side. So select a line command. You can click the mouse middle button to deactivate this line command. Now dimensions, select this point and this point. It's 0.015. Okay. Done, and cancel it and set done. Now check the direction. Type is through all. So blind up to base, these options are also there. So we want it blind through all. Click OK. Okay, so this is done. Now we will create two holes here. Go to shape, cut, and extrude. Select this plane. Select this as a vertical and on the right. Select a circle command and just create a circle here. Dimension it. So radius is 0.012. Okay. From this to this, horizontal distance is 0.025. Vertical distance 0.025. Same. Zero point zero two five. Okay, so we are done with this, and click on the done. Please check the arrow direction here. Arrow direction is correct now. Click OK. Okay, once we are done with these holes. Now what is remaining here? We will check it. Now we have to create these fillets and holes here. We go to create round or fillet. Select this edge, hit it, and shift button, rotate, and select it. So done. And radius is 0.02. Okay, fillet is done. Okay, now we are done with our model. Actually, holes are already created. Okay, now I will show you how to create a partition here. And why we are going to create partition? Okay, I will tell you after the analysis. So go to tools and go to partition. Select cell, define cutting plane, and 3 points. Select this point, this and this. Okay, I'm selecting this as a plane and create partition. Now what is done? Now this, I can select this part separately now. For meshing purpose, we are doing this partition. For the smooth, fine meshing, proper meshing. Again, now select define cutting plane, select this cell and set done. Again, select 3 points. I'm going to select this one, this point. So I will select this point. Create partition now. Okay, so this is also created partition. Okay. Again, go to define cutting plane, select this as points, and these 3 points. So 3 points means we are defining a plane. So in this plane, it will make the partition. Create partition. So partition is now. Okay, one more partition we are going to do. So select this one. Set done. Again, 3 points. This point, and this point. Okay, so I have selected this as a plane. You can see here, and create partition now. So this is separate now. For just meshing purpose, we have created a partition for the proper meshing purpose. Okay, now model is done, means we are done with the part. Now go to property, create material, select on this icon. Now here material is aluminum. Now go to density. Okay, I'm using here SI unit system, means this density is in tons per millimeter cube. Sorry, this is not a density. Elasticity. Young's modulus is in Pascal. 72 e raised to 9. Poisson ratio doesn't have any unit. Okay. Means force is in Newton, length is in meters, and stress is in Pascal. Young's modulus is in Pascal, and we will get the stress value in Pascal when we done with the analysis. So set done. Again, go to section. Name it as aluminum section, solid homogeneous. Continue. Aluminum, only one is there. Select. Sorry. Now go to assign sections. You can assign the section in the parts in the model tree also. Here you will find the option section assignment. Double click on it Select this bracket, done. Section is only one section is there, material is aluminum. And okay, when it becomes green, that means section is applied. Section is assigned. The next one is assembly. Now create on the, or click on the create instance and say okay. Because only one model is there, one part is there. Assembly is done. Now next is a step. Here you can create a step, or you can click on this step manager, create it. Now here we are going to use the linear perturbation step, static linear perturbation. We are going to create different load cases for this, means 2 load cases for this model. Continue and click OK. Now step is done. I will dismiss it. Okay. I will go to assembly and I have to create now reference points here. That's why I came to assembly. Now go to tools and go to data. Here point, select a point midway between 2 points. Select this option. Now select the center point. Okay, this center point and this center point. So it will create a central datum point. We're going to use it to create a reference point. Okay, now close this. Go to tools, reference point. Now click on this datum point. It will create reference point 1. Again click on this. It will create reference point 2. Okay. Again, okay, now we are done with the step. We will go to interaction. Now in the interaction, we are going to create a coupling constraint. Okay. We will go to this constraint, create constraint. I will tell you what is this coupling constraint. Click on this coupling, click continue. Now select this reference point 1. See here it is asking select the constraint control point. Done. Okay. Now select the constraint region type, select the surface and select this as a surface and say done. Okay, just accept all the defaults. Yeah, I will show you and click OK. Now coupling constraint is created. We will create for reference point 2 also. You can press the middle button, okay, to accept this as a selection. I'm clicking the reference middle button, select this and press middle button. And click OK. Okay, what does this mean? Now this point is coupled to this surface, inside surface. Now, why we have created coupling constraint, I will explain you in the load module. So now interaction, there is a load module. I will explain you why we have created a coupling constraint. I'll go to load, create load, load 1. Now here I'm going to name it as W1. Select concentrated force. The concentrated force can be applied to point only. That's why I have created reference point here. Since you cannot select a surface, so it is asking select points for the load. If you are going to apply the concentrated load, force, so you must need a point. So that's why I have created reference point. And why I have coupled it to the surface, because whatever force I'm going to apply to this reference point 1, so that will get applied to this inner surface. Okay, so that's why I have created the coupling constraint. I have selected reference point 1, so done. Now it is asking CF1, CF2, CF3, concentrated force 1 in X direction, Y direction, and Z direction. So I'm going to give it a CF2 minus, okay, 1000 Newton. Okay, now it is applied. Sorry, I'll just delete it. I have to select both the, I'm going to delete it. Once again, I will go to load, W1, concentrated force, select reference point 1, redshift 1, reference point 2. Okay, I'm going to apply minus 1000 on both the reference point. Okay, in Y direction, I have applied the force. Now again, one more load, W2, concentrated force. Again, select these 2 reference points. Done. Now I'm going to apply the force in the X direction. So this is X direction. So CF1. So it is 200. Okay, so this is applied. Okay, now we have to fix this. Go to boundary condition here. Select symmetry, anti-symmetry as type and step initial. So initially this is fixed. Okay, that's why I selected initial. Continue. Select this poles. This is the wrong selection. Now press shift button. Press shift button. Okay, done now. Select this for this. Okay, I'm going to cancel it once again. I'm going to select the displacement rotation option here, and in the BC1 I'm going to name it as B1. For load cases we don't need only one boundary condition there, so that is okay. Okay. Select the boundary condition. I'm going to fix it in U1, U2, U3 direction. Translation. So this is a 3D model, so we need not to provide the rotational degree of freedom. Okay. Okay, now we will go to load case. Create load case. Now load case 1. Continue. So go to select a step 1. Continue. Here you have to name in the loads tab. Name it as W1. Okay, same name you have to provide here. So for loads here you can see in the model tree W1 I have given for the load 1, and in the boundary conditions name is B1. Okay, so only one boundary condition I have defined here, B1, and click OK. One more load case I'm going to create, load case 2, here W2. So same name you have to type here, load 2, and boundary condition is same, B1. Okay, so I have created 2 load cases. So you need not to apply the load in only y direction, and again if you want to check it for the x direction, again you need not to go through all the process. So you can create you can define the load case, multiple load cases. You can check the results separately or combine. Okay, after the load, now there is a mesh module. Go to seed. Okay, it is showing saying that dependent part instances cannot be edited or assigned the mesh attributes. So dismiss it. So this is the object is assembly. Select part. Click on this seed sizing control, global seeds. Enter 0.005. Okay. And directly mesh it. Okay. See, if you want to check the number of elements, number of nodes, so go to this query tool, query information. Here is a mesh. Here there is an option, query entire part, display the detailed report. So I will toggle on this option, click this part, and okay, now I need to select set just done. It will display as part name is bracket, element type C3D8R. Continuum, C means continuum, 3D means 3-dimensional, 8 noded, reduced integration. These are the elements and these are the nodes, number of elements and number of nodes. The element type it is showing hexahedral, linear geometric order elements 2, 8, 2, 5. Okay, now we are done with all the process. Now next is a job. Create a job here. I will. Okay. Okay, so before submitting, just save it. This only I will just create a bracket folder. The bracket I will name it as bracket. It will display the path also. And again, you have to set the work directory. Select this bracket and say okay. Okay, I will show you this folder. I forgot to show you the this folder. Why we select this working directory. After the analysis, I will show you. Okay, now I will just right click on the job 1, data check, or directly you can submit it. Okay, you can go for data check first. We can monitor it. Right click and monitor it. It is running. This is also a simple one, so it won't take much time. The status is complete. Now check is completed. There is no any error here. So right click again here and submit it for the analysis. Okay, so I have submitted it for the analysis. Now computation is started now. Where is solving this problem? Where is completed? So it is a very simple. So it's completed. Just dismiss it and go to right click on this job one completed and go to results. Okay. Now go to this plot contours on deformed shape. See now I will show you here. Go to job one step. The cantilever beam job ODB is also there. Job one dot ODB means output database. So frame one first load case and frame two is load case two. Now load case one means we have applied the load in the y direction. Okay, so I will check frame one, double click on it. So check it. In the negative y direction, we have applied the force. Okay, so it is showing the deformation. See here, you can see the y direction in the negative direction, and frame two in the x direction. Okay, here I will show you y direction, x direction. This is stress value in the x means for load case 2, 1.22 e raised to 6 Pascal, and in the y direction it is 9.4 e raised to 6 Pascal. You can check the displacement in this y direction and x direction. This is for load case 1, for load case 2, this is one for load case 2. Now if you want to check the combined result, combine of the both the forces. Go to tools, field output, create from frames. Here add like these two load cases and okay. I will name it as a combine and click OK. Okay, again go to job 1, step 2. So here it is created session step frame 1. So okay, this is a combined result. Okay. This is a 1.025 raised to 7 Pascal stress. Okay, so this way we can define the load cases, means multiple load cases in different directions, and we can check the combined result or we can check the separate result. So here we have defined the means we have applied force in the y direction and x direction, means negative y direction and negative x direction. Okay, so here you can see here this is frame 1 load case 1, this is in y direction, x direction, and this is combined result. This is the animation. Combination of the both the forces. Okay. Okay, so this bracket analysis is over now. we are done with this bracket analysis. Now, if you have any query, you can ask me. Okay, there is one query. Which analysis software is widely used in industries? The abacus is widely used. Even some industries prefer ANSYS, some industries prefer the abacus. So that depends on the capabilities. So abacus solves the nonlinear problems better way.
Students, any other questions?
Yeah, if you have any question, we can ask. Now it is 4:47, so we cannot cover the next problem. So we will cover it tomorrow. That is a bird strike problem. This we were about to cover this one. Bird strike impact on the double walled aircraft. Okay, we will cover it on tomorrow. If you have any query regarding this bracket analysis, you can ask me or any general query. Senthur, I think this question is for you. Could you please send PPTs and video links of previous classes, sir?
Actually, video is uploaded. The material is that CATIA file is already uploaded. They need to see the video and they need to take the notes. After that, they need to apply on it. Dimensions.
Okay, the next question is, can we load different metal properties? Yes, we can load. Means tomorrow we are going to define different materials. Okay, more than one material. You will understand that. So many metal libraries, we can enter different material properties also, such as density, then fracture strain. So many metal models are available. Okay, next question is, can we able to apply the load in our required directions rather than X and Y? Yes, sir, we can apply. So we have to define the local coordinate system in the abacus and we have to select that local coordinate system while applying the load. Okay, so here I have worked on the global coordinate system here, X, Y, Z. So for the, when you want to apply load in other direction other than this global coordinate system, so you can define the local coordinate system. That is also possible. Yes, you can ask the question. Someone raised a hand.
Sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, what is the difference between ANSYS and this abacus software?
See, both are similar softwares. but capabilities are different. Means both are used to do the analysis or simulation. So Abacus has a better capability to define the contacts. Okay, whenever there are multiple bodies which are coming in contact with each other, so Abacus has a better capability to define the contacts. So and Abacus is also better in solving the non-linear problems. So today we have solved this just linear static problems. These are for just you to make you understand.
Sir, which one is accurately worked in the systems or PCs for lower specifications? Which one is better? ANSYS or this Abacus?
Abacus you can install, no issue.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, there is one question. Can we do load test using SolidWorks? Actually, I'm not aware of the SolidWorks. This is a CAD tool. I cannot answer this question. Okay, how you know the value of the elasticity and Poisson's ratio values? Okay, these material properties, some of the material properties are available on the internet. You will get some properties from the internet, and some other properties you cannot get. So when you get the job, so when you are working on any project, so you will with the material properties, because some properties are not available on the internet also. This elasticity, Young's modulus, density, these all are available on the internet. Can we load the different design softwares files for analysis into the Abacus? Yes, we can import the different means we can import the models from the different design softwares.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes, I'm listening.
Sir, which type of companies are hiring for learning this type of software, sir?
The automotive industries, then industries, aircraft industries, in aerospace, then in civil engineering also they uses these softwares. Again,
is there any companies in India, sir, or out of states?
Yeah, in India also there are companies, and out of state also. See, these Abacus
Okay, sir. Okay.
C and BMW, they uses this software to do the crash analysis of their cars.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is one question, sir. How can contact if there is no WhatsApp group about certificate after completion of this course? Send for who know about it?
Sir, Abhilash Reddy, sir. Abhilash Reddy, sir. Actually, no WhatsApp group. Actually Abhilash Reddy, sir, in previously he told who are presenting here with that college ID and with their names, they are taking the attendance and they will provide the certificate for those students.
Okay, because they are asking about the certificate. Okay, next question is what is the minimum RAM to run this Abacus software? For minimum 4 GB is required. Means with the 4 GB RAM you can solve the simple types of problems. But if problem is complicated, 4 GB RAM doesn't work. It will take a long time, or it may get hanged. But if you have minimum 4 GB RAM, then you can at least learn it. Okay, next is next question. Which software is most useful for design and analysis as a mechanical engineer? What's the scope of this software? See, industry uses the softwares as per their requirement. So we cannot say like that. So CATIA is used for aerospace, uh, some automobile industries uses CATIA for modeling. Some uses another software. Some of the industry uses Abacus. Some industry uses ANSYS. So that depends on the type of problems they want to solve, type of simulation they want to do. Okay, next is ANSYS or Abacus, which interface is easy to understand, which is easy to understand and learn. So that depends on the user. We cannot say like that this is easy or that easy. And I think Abacus is easier. Okay, next question is how you are going to take attendance of us, sir.
Actually, previously they told who are all in the participant, they rename it their college ID and their names. According to that, they will take it.
Okay, is there any query from student side? Can we apply continue loads
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
parts? Okay, next query is can we apply the continue loads? Okay, continue loads means what do you want to say? Okay, Venkatesh Prasad.
Hello, sir.